Hi guys, it's Ashley from Ashley's Paper Heart, and today we are going to be journaling in my Hobonichi Avec, and this is the A5 size. So if you don't know, and if you're new to my channel, my Hobonichi is my daily journal / memory keeper. I do a lot of documenting of our daily life, and I don't really write anything too personal in here. I mostly kind of just document what went on in the day, and so it's pretty tame in what I write. So this is actually going to be my first spread in the second half of the year. If you don't know, Hobonichis, you can get them in two options, at least with the A5. You can get the book that is the full year, or you can get the year split into two books. Previously, I had been using the full year version, but it was really, the way I journal, it was really pushing what the spine could take. So I decided to, this year, try the Avec version, which has the year split into two, and it has just been the best decision for me. For the first half of the year, I was so, towards the end, getting frustrated with how chunky it was getting, and it was kind of hard to journal over that hump. And if you have a Hobonichi or a chunky journal at all, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The hump that those stuffed full of ephemera pages cause. So I was really happy to move into this fresh new notebook and, just get started chunking it up like the other one. So if you're in a Hobonichi, do you use the Avec version, or do you prefer the version that has the entire year in one book? I'd love to know your opinions. I think I am now converted to being a fan of the Avec version. I definitely like being able to start a fresh notebook halfway through the year. So now to actually get what I'm doing on the page. So I laid down some photos. These photos are actually some that I kind of had stashed away that I had forgotten about. So the one of my kids is actually before they got their haircut, which gosh, they got their haircut a long time ago. But I didn't want to throw out that photo because I had already printed it and they're cute. So I just thought I'll just stick it in here. And then the other side, I have my dog Simon, who was sleeping on my bed that day, and his tongue is poking out of his mouth. It's so cute. He is such a funny little guy. He is, what is he now? He's 10 or 11. I have two dogs, and he's the smaller one. But when he sleeps, he frequently will do the doggy dreaming stuff. So he does the barking in his sleep and running in his sleep kind of thing, and even growls in his sleep. Whenever he's growling in his sleep, I always joke with my husband that he's growling at our other dog, because despite him being half the size of my other dog, who is a pug Shiba mix, Simon is definitely the alpha. He's kind of because he's a Chiweenie, so he's definitely got that mean Chihuahua personality about him, and he definitely likes to be the king of the house. So that's a little bit about him. So on July 1st, my husband took my son to speech, his speech appointment in the morning. My son is actually, he's been in speech therapy for a little while now, and oh my gosh, he recently has had such an explosion of development. It's just insane. Before, he would not try new words. He really lacked the confidence. And now he tries every word, even without being prompted. If I'm talking to my husband, he'll hear certain words and then he tries to mimic them. And I am just so proud of him. He has done such a wonderful job catching up, and I think that he is almost caught up to his age group. Before, he was very, very behind, and now he just talks and talks and talks. So I'm super happy about that. That morning, I also hung out with my daughter while my husband took my son to speech. I got some pen pal letters written that day and just kind of hung out with the kids. I did end up taking a late in the afternoon nap. I am getting really bad about taking naps later in the day. I don't know what it is. I've been like super fatigued. And honestly, it comes and goes. So it's like nothing that I can actually pinpoint that I'm doing or that's going on to cause it. So I think it's just the way it is. So after I got up, we had dinner and we just kind of hung around the house. It was pretty chill evening. It was a weekday, so of course we didn't really do much. The following day was a little bit rough. So that week, my nanny was out on vacation, so it was kind of a stressful week because my husband and I both work from home. So we were both trying to watch the kids and also get work done and kind of like taking turns on who was watching them. And it really put a lot of stress on the both of us. And so my husband was with the kids that morning and he got really frustrated and overwhelmed. So then we had to switch and I was with the kids. I wasn't expecting to be with the kids mostly that day, but you know, when you're a parent and you have your partners, so you kind of just got to go with the flow. If someone's overwhelmed, then you got to step in and change your plans. And that's just kind of the way that we tackle things as a couple. We try to keep things balanced, you know, but it honestly depends on who is feeling overwhelmed, how overwhelmed are they feeling, and yeah. It definitely takes a village to raise children, and honestly, I really wish that I, had family out here. We don't really have family in the area, so it's my husband and I, and hired help, and that's about it. And so, if you do have family that helps you with your kids, count yourself very blessed and very lucky. It's pretty difficult when you don't have that. So my daughter was being kind of difficult that day. We're potty training still. She's very, very stubborn. This is like kind of the battle of the wills. And honestly, some days I lose. I lose to the 4-year-old. And I know that kind of like pushed my husband over the edge of like what he could handle at that moment, because she had like a huge accident on the floor in the bathroom. And yeah, so I cleaned that up. That was fun. And my husband was also feeling sick. He had caught the cold or whatever I had. He caught it from me. So he wasn't feeling well. So I just, like I said, took over for the day. I made hamburgers for me and the kids, and then the kids didn't want to eat them, even though my daughter had asked for them. I don't know, like, do you guys have picky eaters at home? Because I feel like some days my kids will eat something and then I make it the next day, something that they like, that I know they like, and they won't touch it. They act like it's just like complete garbage. And I just like, oh my gosh, it can be so frustrating. I don't know how to deal with that. Usually if they don't eat it, I'll just save it and try again, like for the next, meal. So like lunch the next day. I don't think they ate it, the burgers the next day either, so I probably ended up eating them. But yeah, that's always fun, having your kids turn their nose up at your food. So after dinner, it was bath time, and then it was time for bed, which is the glorious time of the night where mom gets a chance to take a deep breath and relax. So yeah, that is what we did those 2 days. So now that we're getting towards the end of the video, I just want to say thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed listening to what we did and watching me journal. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!